Rise and grind. The best whiskeys for the spring and the summer. Let's get into the list. Here at Rise and Grind, we equip you with everything that you need as a man for all seasons. We provide you with the right whiskeys, the right wines, the right cognacs, the right cigars. We provide you with wealth building tips. And today, because spring and summer is coming, we want to make sure that you have the right whiskeys to drink. It's time to start putting away some of the heavy stuff, the cask strength. And so we've got some great whiskeys that are lower in proof. They are great in taste. These are whiskeys you could sit outside beside the pool. Sit outside and just enjoy. These are whiskeys that you don't need to mix. You don't need to add an ice cube. You can still have these neat. These are whiskeys that are gonna make this spring and summer fantastic for you. And so the first whiskey that we've got Redwood Empire's Lost Monarch. This is a favorite of mine. I love the price. I love the availability. I love the taste. This is a burr rye. It's bourbon, it's rye, and so it's spicy, it's sweet. You get a lot of rye spice. You get a lot of brown sugar. This comes in at 90 proof. It's an amazing pour. The price is about $30 to $45. They were selling this in Whole Foods. You can find this anywhere. And each time you buy a bottle, they plant a tree. Lost Monarch. The taste, this is a great summertime sipper. You can have this neat. It will hold up to an ice cube. It's 90 proof. It's got a lot of spice. And so if you have to make a cocktail, this will be a good choice. But it's so good by itself. Redwood Empire's Lost Monarch. And the next great whiskey that we have for spring or summer, we've got Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel. Now this is perfect for a spring night. You get a lot of notes of graham cracker, a lot of caramel. You get some nutmeg. And so on a cool spring night, sitting outside, listening to the kids, listening to the city, listening to the environment, this would be a great pour. I definitely wouldn't mix this. The taste is amazing. The proof is good, so it's 94 proof. And so a lot of these today are going to be around that 90 proof mark. This is a great pour. The regular Elijah Craig small batch is nothing compared to this. And so if you've had that, this is that on steroids. Again, you get nutmeg, so you get some rye spice that Elijah Craig tends to have, but you get a lot of graham cracker, a lot of burnt caramel. It's a toasted barrel, and you really understand why they call it that. This is a great spring night pour. Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel. And our next great whiskey for the spring, for the summer, for when the sun comes upon us, we've got Eagle Rare. This is a perfect summertime sipper. You get a lot of notes of toffee, orange peel. You get some honey and some hints of chocolate. This is a low proof, a great Buffalo Trace product. You can call this Baby Blanton's. It's smooth, it's tasty. This is a great pour for a hot summer night. Because of the proof, because of that honeyed orange note, and it has a good sweetness to it. Eagle Rare, a great summertime sipper. And the next whiskey that we have for our summertime sippers. We hope that you are enjoying this video. If you like this style of content, check out another video that we just did called Stop Chasing Blantons in 2023. We're always offering you the best choices for your enjoyment. And to make sure that spring and summer is gonna be a hit, we've got for you Penelope Architect. Now this would be for a springtime night. This is the highest proof bourbon in the list. This is 104 proof. I added it because it still goes good for a cool spring night. It's a 4-grain whiskey, but you get a lot of notes of wine. You get a lot of that French toast because this is aged in French oak barrels. And so you get that wine sweetness. This is enjoyable. Definitely serve it neat. I like everything that Penelope is putting out. They've got some toasted barrel products, but I really am a big fan of the Architect series. Penelope Architect, any of the builds. Again, you get a lot of that hints of wine, which really makes for a good springtime night. Penelope Architect. And similar to the Penelope Architect, we've got Bowman Brothers. This is the port barrel finish. And so this also has that wine finish taste, but this gives you a lot of fruit taste. And so this will be for summertime. On a summer day, summer afternoon, this would be a good if you want to have some whiskey with brunch, because it has that wine taste, but also you get a lot of notes of cherry and plum. And so this is a great summertime sipper, low proof. I like everything that comes out of Bowman Brothers. This is 92 proof. Smooth, easy to sip. I would not mix this with anything. It's good by itself. Comes in at a great price. It's creeping up to about $45. But this is worth it. Again, this is the Bowman, the port barrel finish. We have shared with you some whiskeys to help you as the sun comes back out. These will be great whiskeys for spring, for summer. We've given you some help. And so help us back. Please, you've been hitting like, but leave a comment. What are the whiskeys that you drink when it gets hot outside? Comment if you haven't already. Subscribe. So many of you have joined us. We're gaining about 1,000 subscribers every month. We want to continue to grow. Thank you for joining this movement where we pour into you. And all that we ask is you comment, you like, you subscribe. Today for our conversation, we want to talk about change. Change happens when it becomes too painful not to. There are a lot of people, drug addicts, people in prison, people who have hit rock bottom, and that's when they change. They change when they absolutely have to. They change when it becomes too painful not to. And I want to remind you, even though you're not in a prison cell, even though you're not an addict, I want to remind you that you've got to change until you come to the realization that my life needs to be different. You see, you've been settling for normalcy. You've been settling for consistency. But until you come to that place where it becomes painful for you to not be successful, where it becomes painful for you to not be wealthy, until you come to that place where you absolutely have to do it, You see, I came to that place about 10 years ago where I said, enough is enough. I said, my wife deserves more. My children deserve more. I deserve more. Mediocrity, normalcy, consistency, complacency, it was becoming painful. And I decided to change. I decided to change everything about me, to change the way I thought, change the way I spoke, change the way I worked out, change the way I saved and spent money. I decided to change everything because I got to the point in life where not to change became too painful. You today can make a choice. Will you remain normal? Will you remain where you are? Or will you make that change? Change happens when it becomes too painful not to. Make the choice to change. Let's finish this conversation in the chat. Comment, like, subscribe, rise and grind.